Hello, my name's Tyler, and today we're going to talk about SEO, specifically on-page SEO. Now this is the SEO that you have direct control over. So let's first start by talking about what is SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. This means making the content of your web pages the most relevant that it can be when a searcher searches for a set of keywords. Say on Google or Yahoo or Bing, you put in some keywords and a set of web results come up. If your web pages are in those results, you're doing pretty good. Now, SEO is not a programming language, but it's a series of best practices. If you ever hear anyone say, program the website in SEO, what they're really meaning to say is that use SEO practices and it's like good advice, you follow it. So now a disclaimer. SEO is not an exact science. There's no silver bullet to this. It's not something that is 100% accurate. The reason for this is because Google and other search engines do not reveal their algorithms for the sake of maintaining their own search engine integrity. And the reason for this is that in the past, people have been able to manipulate search results so that you end up at web pages that are not relevant to what you're searching for, and they're oftentimes pretty shady websites. So this is to combat that manipulation. Now, you're not guaranteed ever to be on the first page of Google's search results, but these best practices will definitely help get you there. Okay, so now two things when talking about on-page SEO. There's keyword density and keyword placement. And keyword density is the percentage of keywords in your web page. So take the total number of keywords divided by the total number of words, and that will give you the keyword density. Now, Google's maximum that they'll allow is about a 2 to 4% keyword density, so you want to make sure that it's in that range. So like about 2 to 3% would be the best. Now, keyword placement. There's 6 places on your web page where you want to make sure to put your keywords whenever possible. The first would be the title tag, and then the URL or the domain name, the header 1, the headers 2 through 6, the body content, and the meta information. So talking about the title tag is that part on your browser that's right above the address bar that has the title of the web page that you're at. You want to make sure to put your keywords and your key phrases into the title tag, which goes in the head of your HTML document. Now, your URL or domain name. If you have your location or your products or your services in the domain name, that's the best. So a domain name like AtlantaAutoInsurance.com is going to be more relevant than their company name. If the domain name you want is taken, you might want to try using hyphens or underscores. So, for example, if Atlanta Auto Insurance is taken, you might want to try Atlanta-auto-insurance.com, and the hyphens and underscores will be read by search engines as spaces. You want to make sure to also use plain English URLs. So, for example, if xyzcompany.com, if they have a directory on their server for auto insurance, and in that directory or folder they have a file called cityofatlanta.html, you can tell just by looking at that URL what that web page is about. And if you can tell what that web page is about just from looking at it, so can search engines. So now talking about the header tags. Your key phrase should be in the header 1 tag for your web page. And I put the HTML tags there so you can see what that looks like. You want this to be up near the top of your web page, and you want the keywords and key phrases to be in your header tags whenever possible. A header 1 tag is more important than a 2 through 6, so make sure that you have your keywords and key phrases in the header 1 tag at least. And make sure to, again, use plain English, like if you were speaking to someone, because Google and other search engines will know when you are trying to spam them. Okay, so now body content. You want to put your keywords in your links. And instead of putting click here. Instead, put visit our contact page, or put whatever information about whatever page you're going to in the link itself. This way, the page where it's going to will have a description that the search engine will be able to read. This works even when linking to your own website, so keep that in mind. And you also want to describe your images. This is one thing that a lot of people forget to do, and you do this by using the alt property on your image tags. And you put the description in the alt property. And the reason you want to do this is because search engines can only read images with descriptions. So if they don't have descriptions, the search engines aren't able to read your images. Now about the meta information. There's been some confusion about this in the web community in the past couple years. And this is because Google announced a couple years ago that they no longer index the meta name keywords meta information. But it's still good to have that information on your web page because other search engines might use it, and you never know, Google might turn around and use it in the future. But the thing that you want to make sure that you have is the meta name description. You want a description of your web page to go into this tag, in the content of that tag, and you want to make sure that it's different from the content on your web page. So you don't want to just copy and paste the information directly into the description. And you also want to make sure to have your key phrases and your keywords in the description. Just a quick couple of sentences about what your web page is about, written in plain English, and you'll be great. So if you want some more information on this topic, I highly recommend a book called Convert, Designing Websites to Increase Traffic and Conversion. And I included a link to this on Amazon.com if you want to check it out. It's in the description of this video. So, that being said, thanks for watching.